I will gonna show you how to create a working VTuber model fast with little effort, only using free tools, starting from nothing until being able to use it for streaming or videos. It will be able to do the same things my current model can, turning my head, looking around, closing eyes, blinking, mouse movement, being happy, neutral, and sad. Step 1. Draw the model. First we need a tool to create the drawing in a Photoshop file format. I will use the free tool gimp for it. First we have to download and install it. For that we go to Google, search for gimp. It should be the first hit, gimp.org. Press the download button and choose any download option. In GIMP, create a new image, 1000 by 1000 pixels. I use the paintbrush tool with the color black and size 3x3 pixels. Draw the head. You can draw your own version. It does not need to look anything like mine, but it should at least have eyes and a mouth. The mouth should be drawn open. Everything which should be able to move should be put into its own layer, which we will be doing shortly. Separation into its own layer will be easier if we paint everything with some space between things. If you know how to work with layers, you can also do it from the start. The more complex the model, the better it would be to do it directly. Now draw a simple body, separated from the head at start. We will move it later. After that, we will start using layers, which you can see in the bottom right. When you have multiple layers, only the currently selected one can be changed. To put the head in its own layer, take the rectangle select tool, select the complete head, press Ctrl X for cutting, Ctrl V for pasting. A new layer will appear in the bottom right, name it head. We name the layer background to body. Now the body and head are in their own layers. To enable transparent background instead of white background, right-click onto the body layer and click Add Alpha Channel. We can hide layers by clicking the eye icon. Take the fuzzy select tool, click on the white background, press delete. Now the background of the body layer is transparent. Repeat for the head. Select the layer by clicking on its name, make it visible. Click the white, press delete. Now take the move tool, move the head to a fitting position. If a selection is no longer required, it can be removed over the menu, select none. Now we will create layers for the eyes. Selection tool selects the eye on the left with some white space around the eye. Ctrl X, Ctrl V, name the new layer eye white. Select the head layer, which has now some missing area, fill it with white color using the bucket fill tool. Make only the eye layer visible. Take fuzzy selection tool. Make sure the eye white layer is selected. Click into the inner white part of the eye and remove it by pressing the delete key. Take the free select tool. Select the pupil by clicking points around it. Cut paste. Name the new layer pupil white. Make all layers visible again. The head should look like before. If we move the pupil, it is now over the eye, which looks wrong. But if we change the order by drag and dropping the pupil white layer below the eye white layer, it will work. Repeat for the eye on the right. Make sure the head layer is selected. Rectangle select tool. Select the eye with some white space around it. Cut, paste. Name the new layer eye left. Fill the cutted part in the head layer with white. Next, we move inner white of eye left layer. I forgot to select the correct layer, correct the selected layer to eye left. Now we can remove. Free select tool, separate the pupil into its own layer, name it pupil left. Now change the order of the layers so the pupil will be behind the eye. Now we test if the eye is working. Looking good. Lastly, the mouse. We will create two layers for upper and lower part. Choose the free select tool, select the upper lip part. Cut and paste to create the layer and name it mouse upper. Make only the new layer visible and select it. Use the fuzzy selection tool to remove the white space around it. Repeat for the lower part of the mouse. Selecting the head layer. You can use the rectangular select tool. Cut paste into its own layer, name it mouse lower. Remove the white space around the mouse. And now we have to fill the cutted part in the head layer with white color again. Now we are done with separating everything in layers. Our character is done. We just have to save it. We have to save it in Photoshop file format, which ends with .psd at the end. Now we download Live 2D. Live2D.com, the first hit should be the white one. It is used for rigging, the process of making our VTube model able to move. Find the correct download link, check the checkbox. Once its page shows, my download started. When finished, install it. Once started, take the fourth option, Start as Free version. Just click OK. Open the previously saved model. Our model appears. First we will make our head rotate. Click the Add Rotation Deformer button in the top. Click Create. Move the deformer to a point where your head should turn around, which is the neck for me. If we turn it, nothing happens. We first need to put all layers but the body under the deformer in the bottom left. Now if we move the deformer, the head turns. Next, click onto angle Z while the deformer is selected and press the Add 3 keyforms button slightly above. It should add 3 circles onto the angle Z line. Right-click the leftmost circle keyform, rotate the head around 30 degrees to the left, select the right keyframe with a right click, rotate the head 30 degrees to the right. Holding left click on the angle Z line and moving around should now make our head move. Next we make the pupils move. Select the pupils on the left. In the parameter window, scroll down and find eyeball X and Y. Click the link parameter button on the left of the name. Click Add 3 keyforms button. Total of 9 keyforms should appear. Repeat for the pupil on the right. Select it, click the eyeball X, and click the Add 3 keyforms button. With right click, select the top middle and move the pupils to the top middle of the eye. Repeat for all 8 points, top right, right middle, bottom right, and so on. Now our character can look around. Next step is to make the eye on the left be able to close. Select it and find the parameter eye are open. Click it and add 2 keyframes. Select the left keyframe. In the top, click the button Edit Mesh manually. By left-clicking, add points around the eye, closely to the black, but it should never be on the black. And now repeat for the inner part. Here, make it as close as possible to the black. It doesn't matter if it's on the line, on the black line. Once done, click the check mark. Now start dragging the inner top points to the bottom. And after that, the top points to the bottom to make it look as normal as possible. By moving the point in the parameter eye are open, we should now be able to open and close the eye. Repeat the process for the eye on the right. Here find the parameter eye L open, add 2 keyframes, select the left keyframe by right-clicking, again add the mesh points, click the check mark to finish, move the inner top points down again, and after that the top points. Done, and now we should be able to open and close the eye on the right. Play a bit around with the other parameters, eye X and eye Y, to see if our eye closing and eye moving works together well. Now the last part, the mouse. Select mouse upper and click Automatic Mesh Generator. Select Standard and close it. In the top, click the button Deform Path Edit and click 3 points onto the mouse line. Repeat for mouse lower. Auto Mesh Generation with Standard, close it. Take the Deform Path Edit in the top. Click 3 points onto the lower mouse part. At the top, select the mouse tool again. Select the upper mouse part. In the parameter list, search the mouse form parameter, add 3 keyforms to it, and also add 3 keyforms to the lower mouse part. Right-click the right keyform to create a happy mouse. We can now use our 3 points we created earlier to make the happy mouse pretty easily. The middle keyform is the neutral mouse. We keep it like that. The left keyform is the sad mouse. Again, drag the points to a sad mouse form. Now we have a sad, happy and neutral mouse form. The last parameter is mouse open. Add 2 keyforms for both the upper and lower mouse part. I accidentally opened the mesh edit form and now the keyforms button doesn't work. Close it, now it works again. Here I see that I accidentally added keyforms to the head layer, which I don't need, therefore I delete them. Now I have the keyforms mouse open on the left and mouse form on the left selected for a closed Z mouse. Now for mouse form neutral and mouse open on the left, make a neutral closed mouse, and for mouse form on the right and mouse open on the left, make a happy smiling closed mouse. If we now click the link parameter besides the mouse name, we can now move the dot around to see how our talking mouse looks. And with that, the rigging is done. All that remains is saving it and exporting it in the right format. First click File, Save, and save it to be able to change it later. Next, we need to export it to be able to use it for streaming, therefore select Export for Runtime, Export as MOX3 file. It says we are missing the atlas, click the Edit Texture Atlas in the top, click OK, there's nothing you need to change, click OK again, and now we should be able to export it. Export for Runtime, MOX3 file. Leave everything on default and click Save. We have reached the final part. Video recording or streaming. For that we will use OBS. Google it, download it and install it. After that we're gonna need Steam. Again, Google Steam, download it and install it. Once started and logged in, go to the store page and search for prprlive. It's a free tool to use our avatar in OBS. Add it to a Steam library, then you can go to Library Home and the other queue and find it under Software. Launch it. In prprlive, in the top left, you can load your created avatar. Find the folder you saved it and find the model3.json file and open it. You can now select it in the list. You now should see your model. Next step is setting up your camera to track. As a camera, I will use my iPhone. If you have a webcam, others work well, but in this video I will explain how it works with the iPhone. Open in the left the face capture mode, choose AR-Kit mode. This only works with newer iPhones, as you can see in the bottom left. With your iPhone, scan the QR code and follow the steps. After you've installed it in the iPhone, you can click link Start in the app on your PC. On the PRPR app on your iPhone, go to Settings, Wi-Fi Connect and type in the IP address you see here on your screen. Click Connect. If the state says connected, then you have successfully connected and your face should move like your own. Close the setting by pressing the X and open this video streaming menu. Here you need to click Auto Install. This will install a plugin into OBS to use your avatar there. Now start OBS. If you already started it before installing the plugin, you have to restart it. Here in the bottom left under Sources, click the big plus. You should see the prprlive channel, add it. Click OK. Click OK again. Here you should see your avatar already. Make it a bit bigger and it should now already work. If you want to record something, you just have to press Start Recording in the bottom right. For streaming, you need to set up a bit more. Press File, Settings, then Stream. Here you can choose to which platform you want to stream. For my case, it's YouTube, and I already have connected it. If the connection is done, you can close it, and you have to manage broadcast in the bottom right. Here, fill in the minimum information. Once you just click Create Broadcast and start streaming, your broadcast would be live. And with that, we are finished.